Kakanfò oníṣègùn ìbílẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ahéré patíkùlà gbóhùn ẹja ìfàyàfàlà mọ̀ ní ìjọ. Tí a bá ń sọ nípa gbajúgbajà oníṣègùn nílẹ̀, ọ̀kan ní Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò níbi ká jáwé àtẹ̀bù ká tọmọráyé ṣe. Gbogbo ẹni tó wà ní kòríta tí dààmú àlejò. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ̀kẹ́ ìlérí. Ẹni ayé ń yọ lẹ́nu. Ẹni tó ń wá ọkọ tàbí aya. Ẹni tó pàtẹ ọjà tí kò tà. Wá èso ìgbéyàwó. Ẹni tí ń wá ìgbéga lẹ́nu iṣẹ́. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ní kẹ́ẹ̀tọ̀ náà. Àwọn onímọ̀ ojú lè jẹ́ àbá àti tìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àwọn baba ńlá wa bí okun ayé nípòdìpò ènìyàn wọ́n tó sì níwà bákan náà mọ́. Bí kò bá wá jìnnà ìlàkì. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò fọgbọ́n dilé ẹja mú ní Kàṣúà. 554-421-407 àti 0575-275-900 Ọ̀nà Kakanfò oníṣègùn ìbílẹ̀. Events management and so on. Call on us on +27-842-483384 or +234-90-17360. 100. Here comes a good news to everyone. Knowledge Boutique is here at your doorsteps, an online platform where you can buy books. For more information, visit www.knowledgeboutique.co.za. Anytime where you need to be there for you. Anything where you wanna go buy for you.
Ọpẹ́ ni fọ́lọ́run ọba adániwáyé, ọba adánimánigbàgbé, ọba tó lọ́jọ́, ọba tó lákòókò, ọba tó nígbà, ọba tó lóhun gbogbo nínú ohun gbogbo. Orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil náà la wà lónìí. A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń wọlé sórí ètò ní ẹ̀yin tí ń wọlé. Ẹ máa bá wa ṣíà ètò yìí, ẹ máa ṣíà lógúnlógún, ẹ máa ṣíà lọ́gbọ̀nlọ́gbọ̀n. Ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé agodo The African Portal nílùú Victoria. Ẹlẹ́rù àmì tìtìrẹ́ lórí òkè waterproof. Ibẹ̀ la ságangádé yìí, ibẹ̀ la wà yìí, ibẹ̀ la ti ń dá kẹ̀kẹ́ lúkẹ́. Ńbẹ̀ láti ń dápọ̀ta tí mi wà tó ti ń dùn lójú òpó. Ire nílé yìí, ire lọ́dẹ̀ yìí, ire lójú owó rí, ire náà ni kó máa wọlé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Ọjọ́ òní bá ojú òní tì wá, àti jẹ́ àti mú wa elédùn òní fi síbi tó nira fún wa lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ọ̀gá àgbà Adéyínká àwọn náà wọlé pẹ̀lú wa tí àjọmọ̀ po ètò ìpọ̀ láti orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil. Ṣùgbọ́n síwájú ìgbà nǹkan tó wọlé, ẹ jẹ́ máa mú ìpolówó ọjà kan tàbí kejì wá fún yín kó tó di pé a wọlé sórí àtàgbé ètò yìí fún ti tòní. Akínyìn ò ní gbogbo ìlú pátápátá ti kíyìn ètò tòní ọ̀nà ọ̀tọ̀ ni ó gbà torí olórí gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà lórílẹ̀-èdè Brazil àwọn náà là ń gbé bọ̀ lójú òpó ètò. Ẹ sì mọ̀ wípé kò sí bá ṣe wò ó jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe ẹ̀yà kan. A ní lè lo èdè kan, a mọ̀ lo àwọn èdè àmúlùmọ́là ní èdè òyìnbó, èdè ti Portuguese àti ní èdè Yorùbá. Òun náà la máa fi ṣètò yìí kí a lè bá rí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ká lè bá gbé wọn sínú ètò yìí fún ti tòní. Mo kí yín o, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, mo kágbà, mo káṣàndí, mo kí ládéládé, mo kí lóyè lóyè, mo kí ọyọ̀tọ̀ kúlùlù. Ọgọ́gọ́ ọ̀nà báyìí lalákè sọ tẹ́rí bá jẹ tí ò bá yó. Ìgbẹ́ lójúbẹ̀ ó tí ojú òní tàwa lágbára Èdùmàrè àjọṣe wo òní dojúrú. Ẹ jẹ́ ń máa gbàwọ̀n polówó ọjà kan wá àbí kejì kó tó di pa wọlé sórí àtàgbé yìí tí ó máa ládùn tí ó máa lárinrin lójú òpó kí gbogbo ó máa dùn tí ó sì máa lárinrin. Ẹ bá ń wọlé kẹ́ máa share, ẹ bá ń wọlé kẹ́ máa kọ́mẹ́ǹtì. Àwa náà ni àwa la wọ̀ kí ló mọ̀ kọ́lọ́ mọ́jà ṣe bí èèyàn. Ají ṣe bí Ọ̀yọ́ là rí, Ọ̀yọ́ kò ṣe bí ọmọ ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwa la wọ̀ kí ló mọ̀ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tà mú wa fún yín ẹ̀ ń bá wọn dò pọ̀. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò iléeṣẹ́ kan ṣoṣo la lè fògbọ́n ẹ̀gbárí. Gbogbo ẹni ogun ayé ń dojú kọ, gbogbo ẹni ní wàhálà, gbogbo ẹni tí nǹkan dagun fún, àwọn náà ní Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ní kẹ́ ẹ pè. Ó wà ní Kàṣúà lórílẹ̀-èdè Ghana. Ìpolówó ọjà wọn la fi wọlé sójú òpó ètò yìí. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ìpolówó ọjà òun náà ni agúnmu òwò. Orí ètò bàbá ètò lẹ́ ń wọlé sí yìí, gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ lórí The African Portal. Ẹ jẹ́ máa ṣí àwọn iléeṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tàbí méjì kí máa ṣí wọn ta. Iléeṣẹ́ la boss ẹ ṣáà ti mọ̀ pé wọn lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Iléeṣẹ́ yìí wọ́n ń làkà gbogbo àgbà ńlá ayé ni. Mùsèmúsè wọn ó dá mùsèmúsè. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó gbóúnjẹ fẹ́ gbẹ́ tó gbà wò bọ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ la boss ó jẹ́ ọ̀kan tá a lè fi ògùn ẹ̀gbárí. Ẹ já wọbẹ̀ ká gbọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ wọn.
solution iléeṣẹ́ kan ṣoṣo tí wọ́n ti ń bá ní gbèrú káàkiri orígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé bóyá ẹ fẹ́ gbèrú láti àwọn àyíká káàkiri orílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà bóyá yòówó wọn lápò ní ẹ máa bọ̀ ibẹ̀ nìkan lẹ́tí lè fẹ́ ránṣẹ́ kẹ́rù yóò ní bọ́wọ́ ìgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ òun nìkan làwọn gbogbo ẹ̀ṣọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wà ní Sunnyside ẹ̀ṣọ́ wà 518 to back to Bukwe Street, Pretoria, South Africa. And lè pè wọ́n sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí +284454494 tàbí 0735805333. Lapo Fresh Services Solution aṣíwájú láàrin àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ best among others. Powered by the African Portal Radio TV.
African Portal Radio TV náà ẹ máa pè la boss kẹsì mọ̀ pé iléeṣẹ́ Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò àṣùwà lórílẹ̀ Ghana kò ní burú kò sì ní bàjẹ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ ní kọ̀ọ̀kan wáyé. Ẹ máa ṣe àti wọlé sòpó àti ọ̀gá àgbà Yínká àwọn náà ti wà lójú òpó yìí tí àjọmọ̀ tukọ̀ ìdájọ́ òní bá wa ojú òní tiwa kàkà kó rẹ̀ wá èyí ọlọ́fẹ́ báyìí láàmú tá a fi gbéra ẹ̀yin tí ń wọlé yẹn máa bá ń ṣíà ètò yìí àlejò mi náà ti wọlé láti orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil ẹ jẹ́ àjọmọ̀ ṣe àjọṣe wa náà ni ẹ mọ̀ káwọn àgbà bọ̀ wọ́n ní ohun abájíjọrò wọ́n ní gẹ́gẹ́ báyìí òun náà ni ońgún àjọrò wa rèé àjọṣe wa rèé àjọpìlẹ̀ ètò yìí ni ẹ bá wa ṣe kó lè bá a dùn kí wọ́n gbọ́n kó lè bá a kàn sí wa ní ire ní gbogbo ọjọ́ gbogbo ire ní kó jẹ́ lágbára Èdùmàrè ẹ máa wọlé sórí àtàgbé ètò yìí kẹjẹ kí ìdodo ẹ máa bá ń ṣíà ẹ máa bá ń ṣíà ọwọ́ ẹ máa ṣíà ẹ ní gbogbo ìlú ní gbogbo lọ́ka gbogbo lẹ̀kílẹ̀ tó bá òkan lè máa wà pé ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lójú pálí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lójú dọ́sìnì ó sì ti ń já sọpẹ́ ó ti ń já sáyọ̀ ó ti ń já síre ó ti ń já sí àìkú tí ń ṣe baálẹ̀ ti ọ̀rọ̀ ó sì ti ń já sí bùkún ó ti ń múre wá ó ti ń máyọ̀ wá ẹ jẹ́ sí ni ẹ̀yin tí wọlé ẹ máa share ẹ and to those of you listening to us, thank you very much. Like I said earlier on, this show is going to be two-way. This is Gbagede Oro on the African Portal. So please kindly step in. Let's do it together. Let's roll it together. Let's enjoy ourselves. My guest is already in the house that will be rolling this together. We'll be jingling it together. I have with me one of our very own, all the way from Brazil, ADEYINKA OLAIYA. Will be joining us as well, and also our guest, the president of the Nigeria in Brazil, will also be on the spotlight on this program this hour. So please kindly join us. Watch, like, comment. Let this go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So I'm expecting many people to be part of this. Please share it. Share is the only way we can be able to achieve what this show is all about this hour. So let me use this time to welcome my guests into the studio as we are just stepping into this studio to this program to enjoy ourselves and to make it happen on the Africa. Waiting for my guests to connect with us. They're already in the studio, just waiting to be that we can get like, comment, let this show go viral. I appreciate those of you that are already in on this program, those of you that you're already sharing it. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate every one of you for joining us. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Please share. That is the only thing you can do for this program to go viral. Share this program all over. Let it go viral. I'm expecting those of you that you are connecting to them as possible. Please share this program. It will do you good as you are sharing it. Please kindly share it. Be part of this conversation. Be part of this conversation. Please share. That is the only way. Thank you very very much. We are just about to connect to Brazil, where we'll be hosting our guests and put them on the spotlight on this program together. We are just waiting to put them on the spotlight on the African Portal Radio TV. Those of you that you are watching us, those of you that you are connecting, thank you very, very much. Remember, all the companies that are sponsoring and supporting what we are doing on the African Portal, join us to promote them. Please do business with them. They are the one that's making things happen on the African Portal. Thank you, everyone. Èyí tí ń gbọ́ wá ní gbogbo àgbáláyé, ojú òní tẹ́ kọ̀wé ìbàjẹ́ òní bá wa. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀n ní pa wá lẹ́kún àti wà elédùn òní fi síbi tó ní fún wa lágbára ìdúrà rẹ̀. Ojú kì í tọjọ́, ojú òní ti wá, ìbàjẹ́ òsì ní bá wa. Àní dààmú, àní dààmú lágbára ire ire ọ̀sán ire alẹ́ kò jẹ́ ti gbogbo wa. Ire lójú owó rí, ire lọ́dẹ̀ yìí. Ní gbogbo bí ẹ bá wà, ire ní gbogbo bí ẹ bá lọ. Ire lọ́dẹ̀ láàárọ̀, ire ní ìyálẹ̀ta, ire ní gbogbo ọjọ́. Ire bá gbogbo wa lẹ́yìn. Ire ní gbogbo máa rí. Kárí lálẹ́. Kárí mu ká sì rí ká ìdúrà rẹ̀. Kí gbogbo rẹ̀ ajé lónìí, ọjọ́ Monday lónìí, Adéyínká Ọláìyá wọ́n ti wà nínú ilé agodo. Bàbá ojú òní tì yín, ìbàjẹ́ òní bá yín, ìdúrà rẹ̀ ìbàjẹ́ òní bá yín, ojú òní tì yín. Ẹ ti wọlé sórí ètò yìí. Ọ̀dà tó ìwà ti ń jọ yín lé kẹ̀jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé ti wọlé sójú òpó.
Ẹ máa ṣe wọn.
Ṣé bàbá?
Yóò máa ju wá ṣe o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ fún mi ní líǹkì tí a máa fi sórí ìkànnì kí gbogbo èèyàn wọ́n lè máa gbọ́ wa. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa o. Ǹjẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi? Kámẹ́rà yín yẹn, àmì Oluwatuyi. Ètò sọ fún wọn.
Journalist tí ò ń gbọ́ mi.
Mo ti ń gbọ́ yín. Mo ti ń gbọ́ yín.
Mo tó pè mí náà. I was on the mute.
Yóò máa ju wá ṣe. Lédùá ajé kí gbogbo ohun tá ń dáwọ́lé. Ayọ̀ ni ó máa bọ́ sí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí mo ń fẹ́ wo líǹkì tí mo fún àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa nílé, tó ń gbọ́ wa lóko. Líǹkì ló sì ṣe bákanbákan. Wọ́n là ń dúró dè. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo náà. Jẹ́ kí n wo, mò ń wo ó máa ju ṣe. Èyí tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wá lẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wá lóko. Dr. Oluwatuyi, President Nigerian Community, àwọn ló wà lórí ètò pẹ̀lú wa báyìí. Orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil, wípé báwo ló ṣe ń lọ, kò sẹ́nà míì, kò sẹ́lòmíì ó mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀, ló ń ṣe sì ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí ẹni tẹ́ ń rí Dr. Emmanuel Oluwatuyi. Àwọn náà ni ẹni tó lè ṣe, ẹni tó ti ń bá wa ṣe, rẹ́bí náà wà lára àwọn tó ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, láti gbádùn díẹ̀ lórí gbogbo akitiyan gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ti ṣe. Elédùmarè yóò mọ̀ jú wa ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa nílé, tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa lóko, Dr. Oluwatuyi from Brazil, a medical doctor, the president of Nigerian community in Brazil, is with us láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀. A ó fún ọ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti sọ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì díẹ̀, onígẹ̀ẹ́sì ni wọ́n, oníṣẹ́ abẹ òyìnbó, báwo la ṣe ń pè lédè òyìnbó, òun ni wọ́n. Àwọn ni ló ń bójútó tá à ń pè ní ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, kì í ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Oòduà nìkan, orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó ń gbé ní Brazil. Wọ́n wà pẹ̀lú ọlẹ́ni nílé lóko. Bá wa kí Dr. Oluwatuyi, a medical doctor, a Nigerian from mo mọ̀ bóyá Èkìtì ni bóyá Oǹdó ni, ìkànnì bóyá ìṣáà ni, ṣùgbọ́n Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, yóò máa ju yín ṣe. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ajẹ́kó máa ju yín ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Pẹ̀lú mi náà tún ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni wa Dáre Olùsàn láti orílẹ̀-èdè adúláwọ̀ South Africa. Àwọn dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ń jẹ́, tí wọ́n bá ń ká máa sọ nípa Yorùbá, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán. Dáre Olùsàn ló mọ̀ nípa èdè. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí náà. Alàgbà wa Dáre Olùsàn, Dr. Oluwatuyi wà pẹ̀lú wa. Àwọn ni doctor, àwọn ni president community. A fún wọn lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti yọ máàsì yìí nítorí èmi táwọn ń bẹ̀ yẹn náà ni doctor. Káwọn tó rí kán rí ilé, kán rí lóko, lọ́wọ́ yọ máàsì yìí kán rí, kán mọ̀ pé yìí náà là ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ṣeun. Alàgbà mi, ẹ bá mi kí doctor. Doctor, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ ní pé ta ni Dr. Oluwatuyi, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tí ẹ mọ̀ yín. A number of Nigerians don't even know who you are. You just hear Dr. Oluwatuyi. Is the doctor how do I say it? Is the doctor a normal, like we normally say in Brazil, apelido, or are you a doctor? And please tell us a bit about yourself. Let's go for a question. Tell us a bit about yourself. You are free to use it in English language as you are addressing the entire Nigerians in Brazil and around the world. You might do show.
Journalist mi ọ̀wọ́n, àìgbọ́ Yorùbá díẹ̀ náà, Mr. Dáre, ṣe púpọ̀ láti fún wa ní.
Please, you are free to use English.
No problem. I will still try to speak Yorùbá. Ọmọ Yorùbá, ọmọ Odùduwà lè ní. Ṣé gan ẹ kú ìfẹ́? I really appreciate this opportunity you are giving to me. As you really requested for me to present, I'm Dr. Emmanuel Oluwatuyi from Ekiti in Ekiti State. I've been in Brazil for the past 40 years. I have my medical training here in Brazil. I am specialized in psychiatry, and a lot of other specialties in medicine. So I'm the founder of an institute we call AfroMed Institute in Brazil. So we have been in existence, this company has been in existence for the past 27 years. So inú mi dùn nígbà tí journalist Ọláìyá tó pè mí pé kí n wá sọ̀rọ̀, ó mọ̀ pé time mi ò pọ̀ so much, but mo spare time yìí láti honour invitation. Ẹ ṣé gan, ẹ dẹ̀ kú iṣẹ́. So much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ẹ ṣeun bàbá, ojú òní tì yín, ìbàjẹ́ òní bá yín, ẹ agbára ayọ̀, inú wa ń dùn, ayọ̀ wa ń kún, àwọn èèyàn ń wò yín ní gbogbo àgbáńlá ayé, wọ́n sì ń gbọ́ yín ní gbogbo àgbáńlá ayé pátápátá náà ti ń gbọ́ yín. Gbogbo lóye olùyà kí pátápátá láti kí yín, á ti ṣe ọ̀pọ̀ àlàyé kó tó di pé ẹ wọlé sójú. Ọ̀gá àgbà Adéyínká Ọláìyá, ojú òní tì yín, ìbí òní bá yín, oníṣẹ́ ọnà ni wọ́n, iṣẹ́ ọnà yìí ó yé wọn tinú tẹ̀yìn. Use this time to welcome everyone, no matter where you are, no matter the language you speak. I will concentrate more on Yoruba and the English, and I will concentrate on Yoruba and the as we'll be engaging our guests in the studio on the African Portal Radio. We'll be talking about his work, the Yoruba community, Nigerian community, and the profession in Brazil. Sir, I want to welcome you once again to this broadcast this hour. Thank you for honoring our invitation. I know limited time with us on this program. We're going to use the time wisely to make sure that we have everything correct with you, and we also have everything on board to make sure that we maximize our time. So let me quickly allow you, sir, as you already introduced to be it. I just wanted to who you are, where you are, the position in the society, and what it means to be the president of the Nigerian community in Brazil.
Ẹ ṣé alàgbà Abákàrè Adédáre, ẹ má bínú. To be a leader of Nigerians in Brazil, I don't think it's too far from being a leader of Nigerians in Nigeria. The situation is always difficult, but our main objective when we assumed the power as the president of the Nigerian community in 2015, we have a very big project in mind to transform Nigerians into a recognizable society in Brazil. We all know that anywhere in the world, the blacks have been discriminated, and especially we Nigerians. So, as I've been accustomed to the culture of Brazil, we try to bring Nigerians together with the objective of trying to make a change in our mindset so that we can benefit from many opportunities that really exist in Brazil. So it is not easy to bring Nigerians together because we are so brilliant people. So brilliant we are that we contest each other and things cannot go the way a leader, a particular leader wants it to be. There are a lot of challenges. But I can tell you that in the last 5 years, we can see a very dramatic changes in the behavior of our people. So in the past, we have the faith that Nigerians are useless. Though during my time when we entered into Brazil, we were so much respected. So much respected. We benefited a lot of things from the Brazilian government. But as from 1990, things started to change negatively for us. So we are trying to bring the honor of Nigerians to the evidence in the Brazilian society.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate all that. Things was very good at the beginning when you are there. You benefited from the Brazil government, but things a bit changed now due to some reason, to some mix that is bringing peace. That is where I'm going to come in from. Before I do that, let me go back to Yoruba land because I love it, and especially when I'm hearing the language that is one of the most popular language in the world, which is Yoruba. Anything but one Yoruba, ojú òní tì yín, ìbàjẹ́ òní bá yín, ojú kì í tọjọ́, ojú òní tẹ̀lé. Bàbá wa onímọ̀ ni wọ́n tí wọ́n sì jẹ́ ògúnnágbòǹgbò tí ń dátọ́ lẹ́nu ìgbé. Àwọn náà ni ọ̀gá àgbà tó jẹ́ olórí fún gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà lórílẹ̀‐èdè South Africa, kì í ṣe fún lórílẹ̀‐èdè Brazil. Ẹ má bínú, ẹnu mi àgò kàtí mọ́ lẹ́nu. Brazil ni àwọn ni olórí gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà lórílẹ̀‐èdè Brazil, tí Ọlọ́run sì gbà fún wọn, tí wọ́n sì ń ṣe tó sì rọ bá wọn ní fọ̀rọ̀jomitoro ẹ̀yìn tẹ́ gbéde ètò yìí tó rà mọ̀ wípé tábà orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ní oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀yà àti èdè. A mọ̀ fi àwọn èdè èbó díẹ̀ sí, ṣùgbọ́n ètò tẹ́ wà lórí rẹ̀ yìí ó la ń pè ní gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀, ètò níbi tá a ti ń fi pẹrẹpẹrẹ ọ̀rọ̀ kalẹ̀. Bàbá wa ẹ má bínú torí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ ti kò lé oṣù díẹ̀, ẹ bá ń fi yí àwọn èèyàn, ẹ ti sọ bí tẹ́ ẹ ti ń bọ̀ àti bí tẹ́ ẹ ti dún, bó gan lè ṣe tàtàmọ́ta sá lórílẹ̀-èdè Brazil. Ẹ bá ń sọyàn ní Yorùbá, bó lè ṣe lórílẹ̀-èdè Brazil.
And journalist mi ò gbọ́ yín dáadáa, there's something that is.
Ẹ jọ wọ́n ní pé ǹjẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi ó tó ǹjẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi alàgbà Olùsàn ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mo rò pé network kan láti South Africa yẹn ó lágbára.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín dáadáa, mo ń gbọ́ yín kétékété.
Dr. Oluwatuyi, ṣé ti ń gbọ́ wa?
Mo ti ń gbọ́.
Ẹ jọ ẹ bá mi tún béèrè question yẹn lọ́wọ́ wọn. Please ask the question again, let him be able to respond.
Ìbéèrè tí mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín bàbá wa, ìbéèrè náà ni wípé bó lẹ ṣe rìn tẹ́ fi dé orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil.
Okay. He's only asking and wanting to know how actually you are Brazil. Ẹ má bínú sí wa, a ní láti máa sọ èdè díẹ̀ nítorí èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì díẹ̀ nítorí pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé lórílẹ̀‐èdè Brazil, Nàìjíríà ń jẹ́
ọmọ Nàìjíríà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọmọ Nàìjíríà pàápàá láwọn torí ẹ̀ máa fi èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì díẹ̀ sí kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lè gbọ́, so that a number of Nigerians listening can also participate. So we are free to add English language into the program today, so that Nigerians, both home and abroad, every part of the continent, can easily understand what he's saying. Dr. Oluwatuyi is asking you. I'm going, sir. We are listening, sir.
Okay, Shegman, thank you very much.
All right.
Ìrìn àjò wa láti Nàìjíríà wá sí Brazil is a very long story. 1980. That time we haven't what we call the network services. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń pè ní telephone, kò sí nǹkan tó ń pè ní mobile phone. So tó bá ti gbé Daily Times, every Sunday lèmi máa ń ka Daily Times láti wo àwọn opportunity, education opportunity outside Nigeria. So I started writing to the embassy. So out of these embassies, the Russian embassy invited me, the Japanese embassy invited me, and at the same time, the Brazilian embassy invited me. I decided to choose Brazil. After reading the whole history of Brazil, I can identify Brazil to my culture. After all, I knew Brazil in 1977 first time in Lagos. So I was so much, it was so much attractive. And curiously, I decided to know more about Brazil, their dishes, their cultures. So I choose to come to Brazil. And that time, we have to give glory to the federal government of that time. There was an agreement between Nigeria and Brazil that permits us to study here, hmm, without paying tuition fee. Before I left Nigeria, I was a teacher in Ikorodu, Lagos State. So I think I taught there for about 5 years before deciding to come out and study another thing. So then I had my financial problems. Financial problem yẹn ó fún mi ní tough time, hmm, that led me to look for prominent Nigerians to give a help. People like late Chief Abiola, people like late Chief Tai Sholani, with whom I've got some ties through the Nigerian Voluntary Association, of which I was a secretary that time. And Tai Sholani was our patron. So they gave me all necessary orientation, hmm, and the sufferings that I should expect in a foreign land. So I was able to make up my mind to face any obstacle in Brazil. And so I reached Brazil in 1982, started my journey within uh, this, uh, the scope or the legal scope, of our educational program. So that is it. And here I am today. Thank you very much. Ẹ ṣé gan.
Ah,
Wow,
that's
wow,
sir.
wow.
Thank you very much for your.
Thank you very much,
What
sir.
are you please? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mi ò gbọ́ yín, journalist.
No, ọ̀gbẹ́ni láti South Africa ni gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ ó ti mú tara ẹ̀. I think he has muted himself. Thank you very much for your easy response, sir. It's been great. You've been doing a fantastic job in Brazil, and as I also live in Brazil, I know how it is, and how it's been stressful to run a community where you have Nigerians of different ethnic, how do I say it, reasonings. Sir, please, mo mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ni, you are a Yoruba person from the southwest, if I'm not mistaken. Please tell us a little bit about where actually are you from in Nigeria, and Gbogbo Loriki as Nigerian, as we have our own. Let's know a bit about you, your particular place, and how do you find it being a Yoruba person in the situation we have now in Nigeria, where everybody want to and this and that. How easy are you finding it to lead a big community like this in Brazil as a Yoruba? Tell us about yourself. Ẹ sọ fún wa bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ Yorùbá wo tẹ̀ ti gbọ̀dọ̀dọ̀ yín gan. Báwo lẹ ṣe ń gbé ètò òun ní Brazil gẹ́gẹ́ bí medical doctor àti Yorùbá láàrin ibi tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ pọ̀ tí gbogbo wa jẹ́ oríṣiríṣi èdè lóríṣiríṣi. Please, ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ lé, wọ́n gbọ́ lóko, yóò máa ju yín ṣe.
Ẹ ṣé gan. I repeat, I'm from Ikere-Ekiti, in Ekiti State of Nigeria. Right from my childhood, I have interaction with all tribes in Nigeria, with Igbo and Hausas. So in my little city called Ikere-Ekiti, during the Civil War, we youths, we played a very big role in protecting the lives of those people that were being persecuted at that time. So I have a living. Since I'm assuming the position of the president of Nigerian community, so the tribal situation doesn't disturb me so much, because first of all, my mind must be free. Besides being in Nigeria, when somebody asks me, where are you from? I used to tell people that I'm a universal citizen. So to lead with the other tribes, say I don't have much problem. After all, we only have two tribes in Brazil, the Igbos and the Yorubas. We are always antagonists. Hmm? I can see this one as a positive situation, this antagonism. It permits competition within ourselves. eh, Which, into my own view as a psychiatrist, if we are able to make good use of our rivalry, Nigeria should be a very great nation. Because when you are competitive within yourself, the tendency is for us to grow up, right? We should not convert rivalry to enmity. But unfortunately, this is what is happening in Nigerian society. And unfortunately, we transfer that to Brazil sometimes. I've been facing a lot of problems uh, when I was elected. Some people did not accept the election. So, no, Yoruba cannot govern us. I'm not governing as a Yoruba man. I'm governing as a universal citizen of Nigeria, which I try to put into their head, to the people say, wherever you are from in Nigeria, once you have the baton of leadership, you should not be partial in your judgment, in your actions, and in anything you do. So, Mr. Yinka, I don't know whether I really respond to your question.
Yes, you have responded, but my question is this. I will go straight to the point, sir. I know you are a Yoruba person, and even within the Yoruba community, we have Yorubas of different. Though we say Yoruba, we say Yoruba in general. So please tell us a little bit about because you have refused to tell us. Are you from Ekiti? Are you from Ondo? Are you from? Then how come? How have you been able to combine your medical profession along with the Nigerian community in
Profession.
Brazil? And what have you been able? Just adding a little bit more. Have you been able to accomplish as the president of the community since you've been elected into the office? What can you say that I've been able to my office I've been able to do positively to make the Nigerian community one in Brazil?
Yeah, as a journalist, I will start from the first point. How can I reconcile my medical profession with the activities of the community?
Yeah.
Yes, it is not very easy. I'm 24 hours engaged on medical profession, but I skip out to do the basic job that Nigerian community really needs. That is assistance, always. So, what means to be a leader is to make a sacrifice. A personal sacrifice has been made all along this time. Just joking. I think the only president of any society in the world that sustains the society with personal money. So we have been doing that for a long time. Hmm? I don't have any financial gain from the Nigerian community. Rather, I put from my own purse to help Nigerian community, and a lot has been achieved. If you compare with the past regimes, a lot has been achieved. At the beginning of our regime, we established health programs for Nigerians in
You
Brazil.
know.
So we were able to make some check-up for Nigerians and giving them orientation, the necessary orientation for them to take care of their health, which I think is the basic something. And secondly, during the pandemic, the Nigerian community has organized events to alleviate the sufferings of Nigerians within our limited resources. Hmm? I think we could have gone further if Nigerians are really collaborating with the community, because there is no society you can't survive any society without money. If we have some reasonable amount in our account, I think we could have gone so far, more than expected, even from the Nigerians. We have the ways of doing things. We have the ways of organizing things. We have the ways of conquering things for our people. But unfortunately, as many Nigerians are reluctant to be associated to the community due to some tribal initiatives, we cannot do much. But our intention is to do much more for our community in Brazil.
This is very serious and very interesting for the entire Nigerians in Brazil and around the world to listen. Today we are opening the program more in English than in Yoruba because of the importance of the language, so that every Nigerian can listen, can understand, and can follow. Dr. Oluwatuyi, thank you very much for your easy explanation. But I will tell you that we have a lot of questions to ask you. Right here, there's a question that I think you will have to answer. You will have to let us know if actually it's important to say or not. Do you have the support of the Nigerian government since you became the president of the community? And what do you think the community can do? Let's put about financial. Let's put about the economic standard of every Nigerian in Brazil. What do you think that Nigerians in Brazil can do together with the community for a better Brazil to live?
Thank you once again, journalist. First of all, you asked me about the support of the Nigerian government. Really, in the past regimes, the embassy used to give some amount to support the community, but there was never an accountability of this money. So I decided to dissociate myself from such a practice. But I have to tell you one thing. There was one consul that passed there, Mr. Kaita, who was the mentor of the organization of our community. He has helped a lot, both from his own private purse and a little that the consul could afford that time. Ambassador Imososo also do some donations to the community, but nothing like continuous assistance to the Nigerians. We don't recognize, we don't really have any of this type of support. Okay, in some occasions when we normally hold events like Independence Day, okay, people came in, but our sustenance day to day, we never get support from anybody. Okay, as regard to your second question, right, what do I think that Nigerians can do to get a straight flow of Nigerian community? It is very simple, very, very simple. I'm a leader of many social organizations, Brazilian social organizations, and we know how things work within them. If people refuse to boycott their community, they come together, we promote events where we can generate resources, which we tried in the first 3 4 years of our regime, but the community was being boycotted by some group, for reasons which I don't know. So sometimes, when you're talking of politics, gbogbo èèyàn ló fẹ́ jọ̀gá, but everybody cannot be a leader. And that is the problem. So tí Nàìjíríà bá lè come together for their own benefit, for their own benefit. They used to say in our adage that a tree can never make a forest. No single president in the world can change the world. You have to work hand in hand
That's true.
with members of your society. So I will take this opportunity once again to appeal to Nigerians. We should come together, at least to reduce our sufferings. 80% of Nigerians in Brazil are really suffering. Hmm? Like last week, I went to downtown to see some of our boys. I wept. Hmm? They were living in, unhealthy environments. I don't think Nigeria deserve this kind of a situation. So we should come together. People should know the reason why they are outside of their country. If Nigeria is so bad, it is our country. But come to overseas to suffer more than you can suffer in Nigeria, I don't think it is too wise. So I'm taking this opportunity. People should come. We should come. We come together. I open my arms to welcome as I used to normally do. So I'm in my private office today. I received about 2 or 3 Nigerians per day with free of charge treatment or minimally orientation. So that is it.
Sir, we
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah. I think, yeah, you can talk.
Thank you very much, sir. We really, really appreciate your message and what you are doing in that community. A great job indeed. So let's quickly look at. We have just 15 minutes to let you out of this program because we know you have a very tight schedule. But sir, let's look at the situation that you just mentioned now, which is very, very important. We address this. That some Nigerians are living in a very poor state of life that is actually to the soul. Even some of them in more bad than they are living when they are back home. What is the leaders of the Nigerian communities in Brazil doing to make sure that they find a solution to this problem?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Daddy. I will repeat once again. In Brazil, Brazil is such a country with open heart, but we need organization. At the beginning of my journey in this presidency, we requested from the local government a space where we can at least uh, accommodate our people when they arrive in Brazil. But the first question they ask from me, how many are you? I will tell you with all my sincerity, when I arrived into Brazil some 40 years ago, we were obliged to register ourselves to make our presence known to the diplomatic mission. Okay? So for the past 5 years, and yes, all along the time, the Nigerian community was founded somewhere in 1986. We started as a Nigerian Students Union. Okay? So all along this time, we have been having difficulties in registration of our people for one reason or the other. People are hiding their identity. They don't want to be known. So once you don't have a compilation of a registered member of your society, there's no way you can make a financial planning for them. Hmm? I think in Africa we don't understand this. The concept of poverty is very simple to understand. If you earn a minimum wage and it is only for you, you are a rich man. But if you continue earning a minimum wage, you have a wife and you have a kid, you become a poorer person. Okay? So there's no way I can make a financial program for our people that don't turn up to register themselves, at least to present officially to the government of Sao Paulo, the state where we are many, so that we can receive more assistance. And that is why I'm taking this appeal through our journalist ADEYINKA. There's nothing you can gain if you do not have a sense of belonging. You see what is happening in Ukraine right now. I'm very sure we are not only 500 Nigerians there. There are many Nigerians that are not participative in defense of their own country. So when you have such a situation, you become your hands become so tight. You know what to do. I will reveal some secrets to you. Many Nigerians died in the prison yard. So when we get there to rescue their body, we discover that they are holding another country's passport.
Jesus Christ.
So we don't know. It's a big problem. Eh? I'm referring this to the to Nigeria as a whole. Eh? Many Nigerians have been buried here as unknown persons. So take this opportunity to appeal to our people. Dr. Emmanuel has no much to gain by their participation. They only have to gain. We want to deepen our registration, compile the list who are our members, then we can project something financially. This is not like in our country. This country, we call Brazil, they cannot give you a needle without program. So we need that for us to tender our demand to the government of the state of São Paulo.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if I may, as the president of the Nigerian community.
Thank you, sir. Doctor.
Sorry, let me just.
You can continue, sir.
Okay. As the president of the Nigerian community.
You can continue.
Yes. Dr. Oluwatuyi, if I may ask you, how many Nigerians do we have in Brazil? And how have we been able to preside within this period of economic, political, and social instability in Nigeria that has led to constant agitation of both the Easterners, which is the IPOP, the ODUA, and several other groups in Brazil? As the president of a united Nigeria, how have you been able to cope in the midst?
Oh yes, we are in a foreign country. Indirectly, we don't have anything to do with what the politicians are doing in Nigeria. We have to make our lives better here. Because most of us will never return to Nigeria to live anymore. We need to see the reality. This is our reality. Most of our people, they have their children here. They have children that are medical doctors. They have children that are engineers. So sometimes I think we have excessive thinking of nationalism, which does not save anybody. This is where we are. This is our tomorrow. Even when you buy your house in Nigeria, many people have an opportunity to go back to live in that house. So you have to make your environment where you are living now comfortable for you. This is what I've been preaching to our people. I have my big house in Nigeria. I've never been there once. I don't know whether I'm going to die tomorrow. But I have to make my environment today a decent place for me to live.
Thank you very much. Sir, please, you have approximately the amount of Nigerians in Brazil, according to the statistics.
Sorry,
do you?
Oh yes, an approximation, but we don't have database. What we know that we have about 3,000 and something through the Federal Police registration, the Federal Police of Brazil. And out of this, more than 1,000 of them have already converted themselves to Brazilian citizens. But all those people, they don't come out to defense of Nigeria. The elder ones, they are afraid of messing up with the younger ones. because of the attitude, the illicit attitude of some. But we cannot base the judgment of Nigerians on some few people that are incorrectible. So we are appealing to the elder ones. Even yesterday we held a meeting, a Zoom meeting, with at least 5 Nigerian medical doctors, right, to make how do we make a program? Because beside Nigerian community, we have the NIPA, whose president is another medical doctor, Dr. Yusuf. Okay? So we have yesterday myself, Dr. Yusuf, Dr. Lanley, Dr. Clement, Dr. Rashid, and Dr. Teodoro. We had a Zoom meeting, how to make our Nigerians better in Brazil. But we have nothing we can do if people that are really needy do not collaborate with us.
Sir, you have been mentioning collaboration. Collaborate in what sense? How do you explain collaborate? We give us a clear definition of what you mean by.
Well, no. Collaboration is very simple. Participate in defense of your community. Expose your problems to your community. Make your monthly contribution with only 20 reais per month. Because we need money to elevate the status of Nigerians.
Sir, I will say a few things in Yoruba to you.
Am I permitted to come in, sir?
Okay, sir. Can come in, sir. Come in, sir.
Okay, sir, I really appreciate your response to that question, but I just want us to take it a bit further because it's in this conversation. The reason bringing you on the spotlight today is to address some and to find a permanent solution to them, because if we can identify a problem, we have the capacity as well to find a solution to that problem. So 3 things I just quickly want to ask you before we run out of your time. We still have about a few minutes to. Sir, the president, what criteria are you using? Is it through election that you become, or you are just being chosen by a few people saying, okay, you've been here for a very long time, you can be the president? And which system are you putting in place to make sure that even when you step down as the president, they will have a smooth transition if another person is coming in? Please, can you quickly explain to us what you are doing in that regard? And second one is that a lot of people are facing problems, but there is no data to make sure that there is information of the men in Brazil. So I'll quickly attend to those 2 questions because I think that will give us the solution to some of the problems that we are having in Brazil.
Thank you very much. Please, can you identify yourself? I can identify the questioner. Right? And the second question was not so clear.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So let me repeat the question. The first question, sir, is which system are you using to become a president? Is it by the election, or is it by some people just choose you because you've been in the country for a very long time? Or do you go through election? And what are you sure that if you be or through election, or what the system that you want to put in place? And the second question is that what are you doing to make sure that there is a database that will contain the information of all Nigerians in Brazil, so that you will be able to address the problems of each and every individual, even if not all, but some of them?
Thank you very much. Please, I'm still waiting for your identification. What's your name?
Yeah, it's you're still speaking to this is Oluso from the Dari Oluso.
Sorry, because the voice is a little bit different from the initial. Thank you very much for your question. When I told you earlier, the history of Nigerian community is really fascinating. Right? We started as a student union in 1986. Okay, so towards the end of 80 to early 90, it was transformed to a community because of the volume of Nigerians here. So we had our first president all along our time, all along this time, the presidents have been elected directly. It's through election because we have a constitution that predicted that you have to be elected. So unfortunately, there was never a continuity. When the time expired, we never sit down again to vote again. So we have vacancy of power during many years. Then we reorganize ourselves again, choose somebody, we elect him in after 5 or 6 or 7 years. So there was never an activity of having a continuity to our elections. So, like myself, my time has expired. We have been waiting for election. But I told them we cannot allow our community to die down because we have to hand over power to somebody. So, I think Mr. Olaiyinka can say more about this as regards to election. But our election has always been so democratic, without any imposition. I was not elected because I'm old. No, people invited me. My time never permit me to do some political activities, but it was the demand of the people that after understanding the problem of Nigerians, that they need somebody of moral prestige to lead them. And that is why I was voted in. Now we are trying to organize a continuous election. For a continuous election, we have already put out advertisements for people that are ready to become candidates. So we are waiting for these people to tender their credentials as candidates to the post of the president of the community. Independent of being a president or not, I've started my activities as far back as 1992 helping Nigerians. So that is it.
Sorry, sir. I appreciate what you are saying. I allow you to respond to second questions. Regarding the elections, sir, do you have a member that probably you can, from the members, they can put to the executive in the organization area as a body in Brazil, or there is no member, it's just few leaders that put themselves together and govern the people? Do you have a member of the Nigerian community in Brazil?
Yeah, thank you. Brilliant question. As I told you earlier, the previous regimes died natural death without having organization to promote another election. Fine. So during our election, we reorganized ourselves, we restructured the constitution of the community. Okay? So it was on the basis of that constitution that my election was realized. Now we are trying to pass the baton front to other people. And today we have a good registered member, good number of Nigerians, duly registered. But we were not up to 25% of the Nigerian citizens living in Brazil. So we are still appealing to these people to come in. So among these about 200 to 300 members. So we decided we have to choose electoral commission to take up the activities without the involvement of the president. So it is the electoral commission that is going to set up a date, do the campaign, and waiting for the result.
Sir, I really appreciate you. I still have, before your time runs out, let me just
I think you should be able to permit us, give us more 30 minutes.
Is there any criteria? Is there any things that
I think you should be able to give us more 30 minutes. Because questions are rolling in.
I have patients waiting for me already.
Well, then we have to find the time to bring you a full interview.
We will find a suitable time to bring you, sir.
questions are rolling in, and Nigerians in Brazil are asking questions.
No problem. I have
They
15
want to know.
minutes. I have 15
Yes.
minutes. So
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, going by
sir.
the
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. Going by what you have just said now, sorry, we have a little bit of communication between myself and the colleague in South Africa. It's because of the internet connection at times. So
no problem. If you are something that can you repeat again.
Yes, sir. Since you made mention of a few things now that I actually would like to delve into. You mentioned about health situation of Nigerians in Brazil. You mentioned of yourself as medical doctor and your colleagues. And I'm very sure that in Brazil we have more than 5 doctors. I've always been hearing Dr. Oluwatuyi, Dr. Yusuf, just about 5 doctors in Brazil, which we are very sure you have more than 5 medical doctors in Brazil. I have 2 questions in this relation. Do you think only these 5 doctors are ready to help Nigerians in Brazil? You think you cannot get more doctors to come up and help Nigerians in Brazil? Then secondly, in the recent times, we've been seeing how Nigerians are suddenly dying in Brazil. We heard of a Nigerian who slumped suddenly after getting out of the train station on the telephone, slumped and died off. We heard of a Nigerian who slept, never woke. We heard of a Nigerian who was rushed to the hospital, good, but came out dead. We heard of a Nigerian who disappeared all of a sudden, but we ended up finding out that he was dead after 3 to 4 months. We know of the heartbreaking situations, how heart attack, or I don't know, or Ogundile that they normally say in Yoruba, heart attack has been killing a number of Nigerians in Brazil. Even on the Christmas or New Year Eve, a Nigerian celebrated Happy New Year in the church, slumped, and died in Brazil. And you've mentioned of even Nigerians in prison that are dying. We have a number of Nigerians being buried in prison without even record. Sir, these are terrible situations that I think we need to address. This portal radio, this international tap radio, is appealing to you as the president of the Nigerian community and the entire doctors in Brazil.
As the president.
And as the president, please tell us a little bit about this. How do we get this resolved? How do we better this situation?
Journalists, once again, I thank you for the opportunity. Our situation, not only Nigerian situation, we have the Bolivians, we have in the city of Sao Paulo, we have 79 nationals, okay? And the health system, the health stream of Brazil is not discriminative. It gives everybody the opportunity. But in the last years, I've been receiving good health awareness of Nigerians. Because they phone me, they send WhatsApp, they are feeling what do they do, we give them orientation, which is what we can do most, orientation. Most of these sudden deaths, depending on the style of our life. The cardiac problem is the major cause of death in the whole world. And when it comes to the black marks, it is worse. Because majority of us will have silent hypertension. silent hypertension. Majority of us, we have high blood glucose, silent, yet our system of life does not contribute to us. And that is why the community holds the umbrella of giving a continuous education to our people. But most of them refuse this opportunity. Okay? We are making campaign to bring them to awareness, except exceptionally, I have a secretary, Mr. Nicholas, who have been working together with these people. Mr. Nicholas is an exceptional secretary. Eh? Not because I don't know this thing, but he's somebody that takes things so serious, so serious. Eh? So I learned how to at least to love him for his activities, for his campaigns. But most of these people, they see these campaigns, his activity as a disdain. Eh? So there is a political something, it's a political something. It's difficult. And you as a journalist, I will appeal to you, use your medium to try to campaign, help us campaign to Nigeria for their own benefit. As regards to the participation of more doctors, because of our history, most of people, we have doctors in other places. In Sao Paulo alone, I think we have about 8 to 10 doctors. So some people at the initial stage, they started, but they were not impressed by the turnout of Nigerians. No doctor will waste his time, his job, to come and do an activity and you do not appear. They don't have that time. We don't have that time, really. So today I may have the time more than any of them because almost 40% of my time is my private time. So I have to take my own private time that I use in my office to attend to the demands of our people. Majority of doctors, they have about 3, 4 jobs. So once they are able to come out to help our people, and the people do not turn out, they cannot, we are disciplined. We have a little bit of military discipline in the field of medicine. So if you want me to help you, open your hands. Bí Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ, wọ́n ní ọmọ tó bá gbá ọwọ́ làgbà máa ń gbé, àbí? The interest is yours. If the interest is yours,
ọmọ tó ṣípá nìyá ògbé.
No Nigerian doctor will spare his time. But independent of this, I will tell you one thing. The first registered death of Nigeria at home was in 1997. Okay? So this guy died. He was living in Campina at that time. He came to Sao Paulo to stay with some friends. They spent their night. Drinking, boozing. He slept and he did not wake up anymore. So they called police to that house. Immediately people actioned me. I went to the site. I see his body lying down. Then I called to Legal Medical Institute. They were delaying to come. Almost 12 hours to come and remove the body. But I knew somebody there that time. Please, let me tell the police chief, okay, to get an authorization for me to give death certificate, okay. I went to another nearby hospital to collect this death certificate because he died of what we call acute respiratory problem with hypertension, okay. So since that time, we have been registering 1 or 2 other cases. But independent of that, it seems that our people they decide to take their own risk. Okay. This morning now, a Nigerian man of 74 years just called me. He's having a problem, prostate problem. Okay. Some 2 years ago, I've directed him. He's living fine because he followed regularly the orientation. Okay, so we need to appeal to our people to understand this. Unlike people as we believe in Nigeria, you just die suddenly at one day we say it is witchcraft that kill him. It's an enemy. There's nothing like that. Black man, we are at high risk of sudden death. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
very
sir.
much.
I really love your response, and I love what you say. Oga AGBA, you can continue.
Ẹ ṣeun yóò máa ju yín ṣe. Àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wálé tó ń gbọ́ wa lóko, Dr. Oluwatuyi, Yorùbá ni wọ́n, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lọ́tẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ẹni iwájú ẹgbẹ́ Nàìjíríà lórílẹ̀-èdè Brazil. So he's speaking with us today in English because of he's representing Nigeria in general, not just Ààrẹ Timutan. So Dr. Oluwatuyi, ìbéèrè mi tuntun, ẹ má bínú sí mi pé ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mo máa yọ sí díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni. I will be asking you little by little because I have a lot of things to ask you. I noticed in the recent times that the flux of Nigerians entering Brazil, in the past, they've been seeing Brazil as what are you going to do in a place where they play football? That's what are you going to do in that kind of a place? If you tell somebody you are going to Brazil, say, what are you going to waste your time in that? You better go to Ijora there, or you go to Adegunle, you see Brazil, or you go to even Lagos Island. Now that recently Nigerians are rushing into Brazil as an option, for a better life. Now, and as a journalist, I've been able to identify that a lot of Nigerians in the street of Sao Paulo, Brazil in general, a lot of them are even graduates. A lot of Nigerians in the streets are graduates from a number of universities in Nigeria. Among them, we have trained lawyers, we have trained economists, we have trained scientists, and
engineers,
a lot of them in the streets. But they are unable to work in Brazil because they are not accredited in Brazil with the certificates. And this has been one of the points where a lot of them are now getting involved in illicit attitudes because they could not survive. It is not because they are not interested in working, but the certificates with them are not accredited, and they're not finding how to go about it, how to work in Brazil. And I personally can count on 15 Nigerian graduates in the street of Sao Paulo today. But they are not, but they cannot work because they have found themselves in a country like Brazil where the language is Portuguese. What is the community, or is the community planning in the future to create a forum, a group that can help these individuals so that they can easily start practicing and working in Brazil? This, I believe, will reduce the hard time a lot of Nigerians are passing in Brazil.
Journalists, you are part of these people. You are graduated from University of Ife. Is that not so?
Yes.
First of all, when you go to a foreign land where the language is completely different, the first thing is to make an effort to speak the language. Do it officially. Brazil is one of the simplest countries to go. In the 70s, 80s, Brazil was normally recognized as a debt-ridden nation. All you remember Brazil because of Pelé. Okay? But unfortunately, because we were very far away from reality. There was an elderly man that had been coming here as far back as 1960. He's now dead. He's a public man. I will mention his name, Chief Bamboshe. who I adopted as my stepfather because we discussed a lot of things in the 90s, early 80s to 90s. He used to visit me in the university. He used to appreciate my efforts and dedication to the cause of which I am here to do. Hmm? We talked about Nigeria all the time. So the migration of Nigerians here started from our set, especially some few people, like Reverend Cliff, that used to bring his family to this place. And you see that there was a very big business in Brazil that time, shoe and spare parts sales. When these people started to enter, they discovered that Brazil is a very, very uh, beautiful country, and the people are so soft with good heart to receive people. Okay, so the modern migration has no objective, focus objective. I have a nurse trained in Nigeria. He wants us to do, but like any other area, even in Nigeria, when I finished my course, I was about to go back to Nigeria. But Nigerian Medical Association was so sincere, just like the law. This thing, after you finish your course, there are some specific courses. You have to legalize your document, and before you legalize your document, you have to do a course that we call Eva Leader. Okay, so there are some Bolivians, Argentinians that are in Brazil. They stay about 4 or 5 years without getting this Eva Leader because they cannot speak the language, and they have to do the exam in the Portuguese language. Okay, we have a Nigerian doctor trained at Ladoke Akintola University in Ogbomoso. He's a prosperous
Yeah.
doctor here today. Okay, very prosperous doctor. Why? When he came here, hmm, there was no way for him to legalize a certificate. He came to me, we gave him orientation. He looked for another doctor, Dr. Ifidon, so he gave him an orientation to do a certain postgraduate course that time. So he entered into the postgraduate course. During this time, the Brazilian government liberated temporarily for foreign doctors to work because of their demand for doctors. So he was able to qualify for that. Okay, we have a lot of opportunity here. Another second thing is that most of our younger people, we have a lot of story to tell. Early 95 to 1999, I met some few Nigerians working at the gasoline station. They are humble. They were humble. These guys are great today. They started with a little. Many Nigerians do not like to start working in a lower status. So we have a big problem as regards to that. Like myself, I'm an occupational doctor. I give assessment to about 30 to 40 companies. Eh? I don't have any problem in inserting Nigerians into this company. But first of all, they have to learn the language. Okay? We have the Haitians. Eh? That are working in these companies. I see them. We have the Angolans, we have the Senegalese, but Nigeria we have some peculiarity. First of all, we have to we have to be simple, hmm? And you know, it's our genetics. Nigerians are a little bit arrogant comparing to Brazilians. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir,
Thank you very
yes,
much, sir.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
So I
Okay.
really appreciate. Let's for those people that is joining us. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. We celebrate you. You are part of this conversation. Mary Bowman, all the way from Jamaica. Thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate you. Oluwo Ifayemi Agbola, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate. There are a lot of people on this broadcast that they are also with all over the world, and they are sending their own comments as well to this broadcast. This is the African Portal Radio coming to you from Pretoria here in South Africa. We have with us the president of the Nigerian community in Brazil that we are having the conversation together. Dr. Emmanuel Oluwatuyi is with us in the studio that we are having this conversation about the Nigerians in Brazil, the challenges, the problem, the ups and downs. But he says something that is very significant, that a lot of Nigerians are facing a terrible life and they are experiencing a kind of very difficult life in Brazil. And I'm very hard to show that system whereby they have a continuity of which that they will have the members whereby they can have an election to choose the leaders, and they'll be able to look after the welfare of the Nigerians in Brazil. And we are using this time to in Brazil. The best way is for you to belong to the organization, and that we assist you so that we know what the problem, then we can advise. There are doctors, there are lawyers, there are skillful men in Brazil that assist you in advising you to do. Don't make yourself a nuisance in the community where you live in. Rather, make yourself somebody that people can connect with, people can relate with, and don't go and put your hands in something that is going to disgrace your country and your personality. I want to use this time to thank my guest. He has a lot of things waiting for him in his practice. And I want to say thank you very much, sir. With us, we really appreciate on this broadcast this hour. The one of our very own ADEYINKA OLAIYA, thank you very much for your time, and I really, really appreciate your effort to make this possible. This can keep Dr. Emmanuel for because of the programs and the work in on his table. So I just want us to round up here, and I believe that if we call on Dr. Emmanuel again, he would love to be with us on the African Portal, I think.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daddy. I really appreciate your questions and your all the enthusiasm you have treated me. So I thank you, and I'm at your disposal for future interview. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sir. Thank you very much. Before you go, sir, I know you would like to say thank you to some so few how do I say it, important ones you always I know you have one or two people to your family, your colleagues, and your friends. You want to say hello to them, you want to congratulate them, you want to thank them, you want to
Yes,
thank
I
Nigeria.
have to do that. First of all, if not because of my family, I won't be here. So I have to thank them. I'm a father of 5.
Exactly.
So I have 3 graduates already. So the fourth one is the Faculty of Medicine, and I have the little one of only 13 years. Without their support, I could not have accepted the presidency of the Nigerian community. They have been giving me a lot of support. And my thanks goes also to Otumba, Otumba Derumu, who has been a special advisor in some certain issues, those in personal. So I cannot go without saying thank you to him. And my special thanks goes to the members of executives of Nigerian community, starting from my vice president, the current vice president, Mr. Emeka Ujo. And I have the gratitude to announce that Mr. Emeka Ujo, through our patronage, is running for the House of Assembly of the state of São Paulo. Okay? So my thanks goes to Mr. Double and special thanks to Mr. Nicholas, because there's nothing a leader can do without having somebody that is loyal to you. If you have somebody that is loyal to you, I think your work will become simpler. So Mr. Nicholas has been so loyal to the community, that I have my 100% confidence in him. eh. So my special thanks goes to him and his family too, because he has been making a lot of sacrifice for the Nigerian community. People like Mr. James deserves my regards. Mr. Faluyi, popularly known as Fat Boy. So those people have been collaborating a lot. Madam Titilope Fadeyi. So those names, they will always remain in my heart. I send my thank you to all of them.
Thank you very much, sir. Ẹ ṣeun gan. And I would also thank you for accepting the challenge to face the world and speak of a position as the president of Nigerian community. We hope we are able to bring you back to this program, because a lot of questions are still lying. But because of your time, we have to allow you to go. I also use this opportunity to thank everybody, our viewers in Brazil, in South Africa, in Nigeria, in America, in Europe, in every part of the world. Like you normally say, I'm ADEYINKA OLAIYA, and I also live in Brazil, though not as long as he lives, And I've also been affected one way or the other with the language when I arrived Brazil almost 30 years ago. Though a graduate from one of the greatest universities you can ever speak of in Nigeria, the University of Ife, I had the difficulty when I got to Brazil too. So that's why I've been able to throw the question straight to Dr. Oluwatuyi. If there could be a group, if he could create a forum so that a lot of Nigerians can always find a way to make the certificates credible in Brazil and they can work. We hope to meet you, to receive you again for a better place to live. Until another thing, we are all still Nigerians. So
We will die
thank you very much.
because we are in dilemma.
We are all still Nigerians. We have the honor to keep the flag flying. Meanwhile, thank you very much. God bless
Thank
you.
you, my dear
Thank you for being
journalist.
with
I
us.
really appreciate
Olódùmarè
this
yóò máa ju yín ṣe o, àwọn alálẹ̀ máa tì yín lẹ́yìn.
Ọpẹ́, ẹ ṣé gan. May God continue to bless you. Thank you very much. Until next time.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. We
thank you
much.
also. Thank you also. I really appreciate
you again,
your endeavor to make this interview possible. So we'll be waiting for you in the next occasion. Thank you very much.
Ẹ ṣeun, sir. Ó dàbọ̀, sir.
Ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣé gan.
Definitely we will do that. Thank you so much. We celebrate you to everyone.
Wọ́n ní èyí lọ́jọ́ ajé ìjà lọ sí
iṣẹ́ lógo ṣẹ́.
Iṣẹ́ lógo ṣẹ́. Okay, bye
bye. Good evening, sir.
Okay.
You are saying something, sir.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone that is joining us, no matter where you are joining us from. We really appreciate you for your time. And we want to say thank you to our guest. He's very busy. He has to be back. We'll bring him back very soon. Thank you very much, everyone. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, adúpẹ́ pọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà yìí tó ń wètò yìí. Ó ní gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ náà la wà. Ẹ má bínú pé dé èkó la fi ṣe lónìí torí pé àlejò wa elédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ni wọ́n á sì jẹ́ wọ́n ní ààrẹ Nàìjíríà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil. Ẹ sì mọ̀ pé tá a bá sọ ààrẹ lè sọ èdè tí gbogbo ọmọ ìlú ó gbọ́. Onílò jẹ́ ká ṣe lédè òyìnbó. Atọ́rọ̀ gáfàrà lọ́gbà yìí tó gbọ́ ní gbogbo àgbáláyé pé ire lójú owó rí o, ire náà lójú owó mọ̀ rí. Àníkú owó, àníkú ọlà, àníkú àsìkí, àníkú ìtẹ̀síwájú, ìbàjẹ́ òsì ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni kọ̀ọ̀kan wa lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ní agbára Èdùmàrè ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ń bọ̀, ẹ tún pàdé wa lọ́rọ̀ tí tó máa mú àkànṣe ètò yìí wá sí ojú ìwòran yín àti sí etí ìgbọ̀ yín. Orúkọ mi ò yípadà, èmi náà ni ọmọ yín, ọ̀rẹ́ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín, olùdarí. Èmi lọ̀pápá dámọ̀ ń tọ̀ fọ́mọkùnrin bọ̀lẹ̀bọ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ sọsí ìsọ̀rọ̀ ìbíkọ́lé sí ọmọ ní ọjọ́ kẹfà tí ń ṣe eruku lẹ́lẹ́ lé àmì ìdòkè pàdé ẹ̀kọ́ má bà mí ò sí nílà àjà àsọ́tí máa ń bẹ́ ń lé àdúgbò ẹ̀ràn fún mi jẹ́ ọmọ orí molú sì lèmi ọmọ ajé fọ́ọ̀rẹ̀ ṣe tẹ̀jẹ́ ọmọ ajé fọwọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe tí ó jẹ́ ọlọ́run bá ló gbé akalẹ̀ ọba alájọṣe ọba ńlá ọba àná ọba lórí ọ̀fẹ́ ọba tó lọ́jọ́ ọba tó làkókò ọba tó lọ olùmọ̀ ọkọ̀ aláṣìírí ọjọ́ òun náà lọ́nà òun làkókò fi yẹn kọ́lá adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tó wọlé ẹ̀yin tó wò wá ẹ̀yin tó gbọ́ wá ẹ̀yin tó sì ṣe àyà adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín adúpẹ́ pé òkúrò nípa yẹlẹ agbára ìdùnnú àdé ire báyìí lójú owó rí lójú owó mọ̀ rí ẹ máa ṣe ètò the African portal fún ìgbélárugẹ èdè àṣà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Yorùbá àti fún ìgbélárugẹ gbogbo èdè ní orílẹ̀-èdè adúláwọ̀ ìbàjẹ́ òní bá wa ojú òní tiwa á ríra níre láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà á máa fi ọ̀bẹ nú bẹ́ṣu ní àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ àti ìbẹ̀nẹ̀wẹ́ mbánámbá nìkan là ní dé bá ń lé o á lọ á padà wá lágbára ìdùnnú àdé Ọlọ́run ọba ló ní wá olólùkọ ẹ̀mí wa Ìbàdàn mo ti wá Ìbàdàn ní Olúyọ̀lé ìlú ìbíkọ́gbàlá olókòdó kẹ̀ríkẹ̀rí lójú ogun wọn lébọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìjàgbọ́lá bí ńlára wájú Ìbàdàn mọ́jà tó fi kára wájú tó fi kó wọn lẹ́rú ọmọ agbósásá mọ́sá ọmọ àyàyàmọ̀yàmọ̀yà. So everyone, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. This will be the end to this broadcast. I will see you again by the grace of God next week. Keep sharing it. Keep talking about it. It's the African Portal. Enjoy this music that will be bringing to your way. Connecting back to so as we bring in the guests back to have the conversation to talk about Nigeria in Brazil and the progress and the challenges facing the Nigerians in Brazil. But till then, please keep it up. Keep doing the great work you are doing. Keep believing. Keep doing the beautiful things that you are doing. Africa will be great when we can do it right. Please, let's see that the Africa that we have now can be better than what we have now if we all put our contribution to it to make Africa great. Africa is our vision. Africa is what we are doing. Every day we love Africa, we wear Africa, we eat Africa, we talk Africa. Keep enjoying it and God bless you. I will see you again by the grace of God. God bless you. It's goodbye from you.
My journey through the world, over land and over sea, I see different cultures and different people's ways. I was born where sun never sets and never rises. I was born where the heat is like a second on the streets, automobiles are making noise, being right, stealing before me and fire never weaken the bright first to lose an African war. On the farm, my father. Daddy told me all the stories of my brave ancestors. Said, look into my eyes, son. You were the. I went home behind my flower with a robe, listening to the songs of birds. Whispers of the night, I was singing 7 birds, 7 beats, 7 armies, 7 husbands, 7 lights, my African